Hey, what's up, everyone? Today, another very strong day for small caps, guys. A lot of plays just ripping a very good amount. Today, there was several 100% plus runners. An example would be CIGL. Another one, Nova Bay. This one I made a video on just, I believe, 2 days ago. And then it just ended up an absolutely parabolic move today. And when you're seeing these type of 100%, 200% movers, I'm really happy because that means that a lot of you guys are banking, right? Because most of the people that follow me are bulls and they're not really bears, right? They don't really profit when a stock goes down. So today in the live stream, there's a lot of people as well doing great. I enjoyed reading the comments of people just, helping each other, as well as just, just banking on the trade ideas. So I also share trade ideas on stock tweets and Twitter every day. And today, the first stock for the video would be a Uuu. This one is actually a multi-day setup. If you watch my videos, you know that that's one of my top strategies when it comes to trading, right? So when it comes to a multi-day setup, what that essentially means is that when a stock makes a big move up, it holds those previous key levels, whether it's support or resistance, and then it ends up trending higher instead of round tripping, right? Because when it comes to small cap, most of the time, if you've been trading a while, you also notice, but I've been trading many years, and usually what ends up happening is it ends up popping, and then it just goes pretty much all the way back down to the beginning level, right? It's pretty much like a fader, that's called a round trip. So when you're looking at Uuu, this one actually made a big move up, and then it just consolidated very nicely. And then today, look, you could check the chart yourself. It made a really good bounce in the extended hours. If you look at the 5-minute chart, it ripped towards the close and then it just held that level, right? So you really want to pay attention to Uuu. This one is a stock that had a one-time special cash dividend of $1 per share, as well as a very low PE. What's really interesting about this stock is the fundamentally wise, it's in a really niche market. Very interesting. Smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, as well as related electrical safety devices. The reason I mentioned that is because when it comes to these stocks, the more niche it is, the more potential it has for growth, right? Because when everybody's doing the same thing, it's more harder to branch out in terms of the economic side, right? So when it comes to Uuu, also the stock personality of the stock is actually usually around trips based on the previous years of trading the stock, but right now it's holding up, so bears could also be kind of underwater. So next stock would be Gibo, Gibo. This one is an AI based infrastructure play, cat bounce play as well. If you look at the chart, the daily chart, the more extended time frame, I think this stock has a lot of range. This stock actually is based in Hong Kong. It was founded in 2019, so that wasn't that long ago. This stock actually has also other factors going for it, right? 72 million users, fueling Gibo click growth. So this stock is also in that sector. Remember I talked about yesterday, if you remember, I talked about AIHS, I talked about Hollow, MLGO, all these similar stocks, right? Because we'll keep an eye on this stock, Gibo. Next one would be Tnfa. This one is really interesting because they actually pivoted. So basically right now, the stock, what it is, it's recently secured exclusive rights to Light Solver's laser-based processing unit, which is in the blockchain and cryptocurrency mining application. So what's really interesting about the stock is that it made a really big move up. Remember, it ran, I believe, 100%. It was a month ago or something like that. And right now it's sold off. So right now there's a lot of range for the stock as well, in a similar cap bounce type of setup. The stock actually raised several $1 million as well via private placement. So when a company, a small cap, usually raises money, they're trying to use that, right? So they're trying to fund commercialization of this tech, and this stock, they needed the cash, in my opinion, right? So Tnfa is really interesting how they're changing their type of business, right? So keep an eye on this stock, guys. Next stock will be BBAI, Big Bear. This one I talked about in the past, right? And then after my videos, it made a really big rally. You could check my previous videos on BBAI, and then I stopped talking about it, and then it started to downtrend, right? It started to fall. And if you look at the daily chart, let's take a look at the daily chart. So this stock made a big move up, and then it sold off, and then it rallied again. And now look at this daily chart. It's starting to form the base. It's starting to form the base around that 200 MA, right? Look at that. Look at how it's just holding that level. So when you're talking about BBAI, this stock fundamentally wise, that was just technical wise. Look at the fundamental wise as of this Q2 225. BBAI held approximately $391 million in cash. That's a lot of cash, guys. And I think, in my opinion, this is an acquisition angle as well when it comes to this much cash. And also, this stock is in the national security and AI-powered analytic angle as well. So this stock is really interesting. There's a lot more factors that go into this stock. BBAI, I made many videos on it. If you're new to the channel, I recommend you check out my other videos on BBAI. The reason I'm mentioning is because it's getting interesting levels, right? It's like $4 right now. Like 480, right? Or what is it like? Let me check. Yeah, it's like 480 right now. So take a look on. Add this stock to watch this, guys. Next stock would be Opendoor Technologies. I know a lot of you guys are banking really hard on open stock. This stock is really looking strong, guys. Look at this extended time frame on open. First, if you check my previous videos on when I talked about the stock, and literally every single thing pretty much happened. Again, I'm not saying I'm the reason why the stock went up a lot. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to help people, right, with my analysis. So let's look at the daily chart. Right now, it made a big move up, and then it cleared that previous resistance over that 550 level. So when you're talking about open stock, you really want to see the stock continue to have this momentum of riding that 9 EMA, as well as just constantly soaking up those dips. Because when a stock makes a big move up this big, from there was just trading at 50 cents, right, 51 cents, and then just ripping face to 629. There will definitely, in my opinion, be at least some type of, I'm not gonna say like a fall, but I'm saying like kind of like a pullback, like, you know what I'm saying. So I really want to see continued soaking on this stock over that 550 level, and then we could see a higher push, right? So this stock also has the fact where the interim CEO purchased 30,000 shares. I think that's a really confident sign as well, in my opinion, right, guys? So next stock will be Up. This one, Wheels Up Experience, really interesting stock. I believe this stock was also on Reddit. So this stock actually is a provider of on-demand private aviation service in the US and internationally. And this stock also has the executive leadership changes, so it's really interesting in a sense where they're trying to do the similar thing like Open, right? They're trying to get better leadership, get better management, as well as this is in a really bullish sector as well, the Sustainable Aviation Fuel Program. So when you look at the stock, this is another multi-day setup example. You could go to the daily chart and chart out the levels. Keep an eye on this stock, guys. Wheels Up Experience. So next stock we gotta talk about is Fubo. Fubo actually had merger with Hulu. This year in 2025, Disney agreed to merge Fubo with Hulu. So it's pretty much like Disney granting Disney has 70% ownership of combined entity. So this stock actually also has a big short percentage, I believe, short float. The combined entity is expected to generate over $6 billion in revenue initially. So looking at Fubo, look at this chart. It's starting to get real tight, and then the stock also is in the right sector. And if you watch my videos, remember I talked about large caps such as Disney, Tesla, Google, Amazon. Whenever you see a large company like that connecting with a smaller, cheaper stock, most of the time it's a really bullish angle, right? So Fubo, keep an eye on this stock, guys. Next stock is Sbet Sogp Gaming. This stock has $1.5 billion stock buyback, as well as this stock actually raised $360 million one weekend earlier and turned into 400 million pipe. So basically what the stock is trying to do, right, is the raising cash. And like I said earlier, raising cash is not always a bad thing. I know a lot of people who trade, they hear the word raising cash and they immediately think of, shorting or dilution. But when a company raises cash, they're trying to use it, right? They're not gonna like burn that money most of the time. If they're smart, right, they're gonna use it effectively. And if you look at SBET's chart pattern and how the stock moves, this stock tends to make really parabolic price action. Is starting to enter into that zone where I first mentioned it. You could check my stock twits history. I started talking about this at $15, and then I believe it ripped face to 124. So if you go to the daily chart, look how it's going towards that 15 level again. So SBET, you really want to see if that holds. This stock reminds me of NEGG. Remember that stock I mentioned? That it was entering nice dip area. It started to sell off for several days, red. And then now today, it ripped like 30%. You could check NEGG, which is a new egg. That one I made many videos on actually. And then today, it ended up making a really good move. It was, I believe, 35%. So I was actually going to talk about it in this video too, but I don't want to make the video too long, right? So next stock will be Sogp. This one, you gotta keep an eye on, guys. This stock is looking really interesting. So this stock used to be $4, and then now it's almost $40. I think bears are really underwater, in my opinion. I think they're really trapped. So think about it from a psychological perspective. You're shorting this stock at over $5. You're shorting at, and then it goes to double digit. What are you gonna do? You're gonna short more, right? And then Sogp, the fundamental reason why the stock ended up ripping face wasn't even crazy, right? They didn't like fix cancer or something that's worth, for jumping $4 to $40. So I think a lot of bears are trapped as well. This stock had a recent tech partnership and expansion in AI, so it's in the right sector as well. And on top of that, they launched a $4 million share repurchase program. So this stock Sogp, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this stock. If this stock doesn't fade, these bears are in a bad situation. Look at this hourly chart. It's just crazy. Right, so next stock we gotta talk about, guys, Opad. Opad is the stock that ran, I believe, the similar time as Sogp. This was like several days ago. For Pad Solution. So this stock actually is a technology-driven real estate company. Kind of reminds me of Open, right? It's kind of, even the name sounds similar. Opad. So with this stock, basically, you can look more on this stock fundamental-wise, but mortgage title escrow services. So this stock, looking at the technical setup, is forming that multi-day setup. The reason I mention a lot more multi-days today is because I heard a lot of people on stock twits tell me that they really like swing trading, and I'm just trying to help people, right? So I'm just trying to share more of these type of setups for you guys. So Opad is looking really interesting. Go to the 1 hour chart. It's starting to form that nice consolidation, and then over $5 is key. Over $5 close, and then the stock could end up making a move. So keep an eye on Opad, guys. I recommend you add it to your watch list. Next stock is the last stock. Actually, there's two more. So next one, Ixhl. This one I talked about many videos, guys. You can check my video. So basically, I made a video, I think it was like a week ago, and then at the day after the video, the stock company released news, and then the stock ripped face like 40%. It was like buyback news. And then looking at this stock, look at this bullish detail. So this stock showed a significant efficacy in treating obstructive sleep apnea. I think this is a really big market potential in terms of the sector, right? Where we're talking about the sleep apnea, as well as on top of that, no serious adverse effects, which is a really big thing when it comes to this biosector. A lot of times there's also oftentimes bad like side effects, as well as stuff that could potentially negatively impact the stock price. And this stock also is a potential first-in-class oral treatment, a condition affecting so almost 1 billion people. That's really big, guys. So this stock Ixhl is looking like it's going towards that 50-cent key support level. You could check it out. and it's starting to, I want to see that 50 cent hold, or it might even do a type of liquidity grab type of action where it just falls a little under that, but we keep it on this stock closely, guys. XHL. Next one, last stock for the video, Pstv. This one I made many videos on. It's a cancer small cap, so I'm really bullish on these cancer. Remember the big five, guys, if you know: diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer, Parkinson, obesity. So this stock is a cancer. Pstv is a radiotherapeutic targeting the current glib. So this stock is really interesting, guys. Look at this technical chart. Go to Pstv and you can see what I'm talking about. Pstv initially made a big run up, and then it kind of pulled back, and then it held that. It basically, buyers pushed it back over that 50 cent, almost that 50 cent level. If you go to the daily chart right now, it's forming that base from the previous resistance, and that's exactly what I say every video, guys. If you're looking at small caps, it really comes down to base. Base is when a stock makes a really strong, it's like similar to support. You could check right now, it's near that 50 cent level. I really want to see over 50 cent. And then the 200 moving average is way over that, closer to $1. So I hope you guys made it. If you made it to the end of the video, guys, I appreciate a like and a comment. I'm just trying to help people, as well as, you know, just be a positive, you know, contribution to the trading community. Right, so I was gonna see you guys tomorrow morning. Hope everybody has a great sleep, guys, and have a great night. Good night.